Hi everyone, welcome to TGIF. My name is Vishnu Agarwal and I am the host for today's episode. Imagine managing your business and monitor what's happening in your business as it happens. For example, in manufacturing scenarios, instead of waiting for reports for equipment performance, you are able to see the data in real time. To discuss more about it, I would like to invite Surya for a short conversation. Hi Surya, welcome to TGIF.
Hey Vishnu, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah. Surya would like to understand what exactly is this real-time intelligence in Microsoft Fabric and how does this help our customers?
You know what? Let me start with an example.
Okay.
Now, consider a package that's moving from a sender to receiver.
Okay.
It becomes very, very critical for the sender, receiver, and also the organization handling the package to monitor the package continuously as it travels from sender to receiver.
Okay.
How the package is moving, what is the criticality of the package, is it fragile or not? If there is a problem with the package in between, you have to be able to reroute the package so that it still reaches the receiver on time.
I see.
Every point of the time, the sender, receiver, and the organization, all of them have to be informed in real time.
I see.
That's where real-time intelligence really shines. Real-time intelligence in Fabric, just like Satya says, we empower every organization and person on the planet to achieve more. Real-time intelligence in Microsoft Fabric empowers every organization and person on the planet to achieve more by taking data-driven decisions in real time.
I see. Thank you, Surya, for giving that perspective. Tell me whether real-time intelligence is only for the IoT scenarios or we can use other data sources as well. Can you elaborate on that?
So imagine across industries, there are so many use cases where you have to act in real time. The data is coming at high velocity and high volume, and just imagine the use cases: automotive industry, retail, healthcare. Everywhere there is a need for real time or streaming scenarios. That's why, just to cater to all our customers using different data sources, we have change data capture sources, we have Microsoft native connectors and also cross-cloud connectors.
I see.
Let me list them out for you.
Yeah.
For example, change data capture, you have Azure SQL, which is the most popular relational database. Then you have MySQL, Postgres, and Cosmos.
Yeah.
Similarly, on the native connectors, one of them, like you said, is IoT scenarios. We have IoT Hub connector natively available and also Event Hub. And for cross-cloud connectors, we have Amazon Kinesis, Google PubSub, and Confluent Kafka.
I see. Thank you. So, Surya, you mentioned about data-driven decisions. So, is it real-time intelligence only about monitoring or can I act on the data?
Very nice question.
Yeah.
So, imagine you are connecting to a certain data source we have just talked about, all the host of data connectors. Now, inside real-time intelligence, there are certain capabilities that lets users and customers take data-driven decisions. Now, once you have the visualization layer, the final step in this streaming architecture journey is to take that actions in real time. That's where data activator comes into picture.
I see.
So you can monitor certain properties and attributes of your incoming stream. You are able to set up certain conditions to monitor. For example, you are looking at your package temperature because it's a fragile package. And you want to say, if my package temperature goes beyond 70 to 80 degrees, then send an alert to the nearest manager or nearest worker who is actually delivering the package so that he can go and take some action on that.
I see.
So that's what data activator lets you do. So now you have an end-to-end streaming architecture, stream the data, perform analytics, visualize it, and also able to act or send out alerts in real time.
I see. Cool. Surya, in the era of AI, where everyone is talking about AI, can you tell me if real-time intelligence, do we have a flavor of AI? Can you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So real-time intelligence also has Copilot along with it.
Okay.
So customers who are not familiar with writing queries or visualizing, they can actually go and ask a question in natural language and get back queries. So they can just review the query and then run it. similarly, there's also more of kind of a UI and UX driven data exploration. The exploratory data analysis can be done using real-time dashboard.
Yeah.
Once you create a dashboard, you can then drag, drop, add filters and do aggregations, and the visuals change in real time according to the selections you have made.
Yeah.
And similarly, not just that Copilot AI, we are also introducing automatic anomaly detection, what we call as detecting the unknown unknowns.
Yeah.
You really do not know an anomaly or an outlier is there until you go and write a query.
Yeah.
Now it becomes automatically because AI is able to profile your data and suggest that there are certain outliers.
I see.
It then becomes a matter of just creating an alert and sending out an alert to the person saying, hey, there are certain anomalies in your data. Right? So that's the kind of AI that's already involved in real time.
Yeah, thank you, Surya, for giving me that perspective. Now I can't wait to see real-time intelligence in action. So can you share some demos for that?
Let me go and share my screen now.
From Microsoft Fabric's homepage, we can click on real-time intelligence experience in order to go into full-fledged experience where you can create all the components of real-time intelligence. The user journey usually starts from real-time hub, where the discovery of different streams that he or she has access to will be shown. Along with the data streams that are available in Fabric, the user can also see all the sources like event hubs, IoT hubs, different CDC connectors he has created in Azure from the Microsoft Sources tab, and also create event-based triggers from the Fabric Events tab. Now, in my use case, I already have an end-to-end use case that I've actually implemented. In this case, endpoint telemetry. The endpoint here is my Android device. If I look at the lineage of what I've created here, you'll be able to see that all the telemetry from my Android device, including telemetry like gravity sensor, gyroscope, accelerometer, brightness, battery level, and multiple other telemetry is being sent from my Android device into this event stream, which is then connected to an event house or TQL database where all the magic of analytics happen. And finally, I'm topping it off with a real-time dashboard and then also reflex so that I can get certain alerts if a brightness goes beyond a threshold or battery level falls below a threshold. Let's look at each of these one by one. If I go into my event stream, you'll soon see that I have created a certain custom app endpoint to which my device is sending all the telemetry. So here there is an event hub endpoint I'm actually using via an Azure function, which is sending all the telemetry here and then finally sending it to an event house item. Inside the event house is where I have all the streaming data that is coming in real time. And then I'm able to do all sorts of analysis on top of it. For example, if you look at a couple of records, 10 records, I can see that gyroscope or orientation, gravity related information is already streaming into this database. On top of this, I can create functions, materialized views, do demultiplexing going from a raw payload into a more silver zone kind of a payload. And finally, I can create any kind of dashboard or alert on top of it. Now, let me show a streaming dashboard for you. As my particular Android is actually streaming the data, I'm able to see in real time what are the different changes that my Android is doing. For example, I've just changed my brightness to 100% and it is immediately reflected on the dashboard itself. On top of this, any of these, we can also at any point of time create alerts or reading by meter. For example, this is a pie chart. On top of this, if I have to create any kind of alert, I can quickly select set alert and create any kind of condition that I want. Right? In this case, if I want, I can particularly look at a condition that's changing in this particular dashboard and will be able to create that alert. Either send an email or send a Teams message as well, or even trigger any Power Automate flow also. So if I open the reflex item, which is nothing but data activator, in this case, I've created a condition using my KQL query, because from the KQL query set as well, I can create a custom logic that I want to create my alert based on. And on top, this set alert will get activated and it will look something like this. Now, once I go into a full-fledged data activator experience, I can simply create a new trigger and say, hey, this is the at this point of time, I'm just looking at brightness. And if the brightness goes beyond 50% every single time, then maybe send me an alert. Right? All of these can be customized as well. So that's how an end-to-end architecture, event-driven architecture looks like. Very easy to implement using the UI and UX-based SaaS experience of Fabric.
Thank you for sharing that cool demos on real-time intelligence. So you have heard how real-time intelligence provide an end-to-end SaaS solution to act on time-sensitive data. With that, see you on the next episode. Thank you.